Hello there. So if you work with a little bit AI generated art, you're probably familiar with the MidJourney because it is creating one of the top quality images. However, MidJourney, it may be in a little bit trouble now because we have another service that come online that produce images close to the MidJourney or in some cases better than MidJourney, depending on stylization and other elements. And beside that, how you can work and manipulate, it's even better. So it's become a real, very nice tool for the creative people. So let's go ahead, compare a little bit, and I'll show what I mean by this. So with MidJourney, it's work inside the Discord. I do like this option. They can go from different tabs, different Discords, and work kind of together, but it is also biggest withdrawal because all what we can do, it's work through the line. So you normally put it, imagine, and so on. So you have this set of command you need to follow up. Not really big UI kind of work. You can do when you work like with blending. So if you do blend, you have it some option for the image to apply and work this way, but it is very limited type how you can work. Most of this you need to do through the prompts, and the prompts is actually limited as well because they do provide some negative or non-desirable tags, but they're limited as well how you can use it. And because our Leonardo based it on the stable diffusion and special custom models, it does have it all power of the stable diffusion. So let's look a little bit closer on the environment, and as I'm going, you'll find out what specific elements is work better with Leonardo. Right here we have our home where we can go and preview what image is created. On the top you can see features models. I will explain a little bit in a second what does those models mean. Okay, next we have our community feed, personal feed. Of course, they're all different options we can access, which kind of very nice. General, I will say this option is a web I like better with MidJourney because they handle a little bit nicer this. But it is still be very strong here because you can still access your images that you can created before. You can preview, copy, you can share them, do all this stuff. But let's go down right here where we have it, our creation. We'll look on the canvas, and this is no comparison, one of the best way to work with this, but image generations, let's look right here. So you'll notice on the left side, you have it options how to work with the Leonardo. You have a number of images you can create. You also have it options to put it negative, positive prompts, and by the way, negative prompts to work very, very well in stable diffusion, and I wish it was this expandable inside the MidJourney as well. And below we have our image dimension. Notice right here we have an exclamation mark, and I love this because each model, when they're created, people train with specific resolution for the best result. And many times you don't know what resolution it is because it can be standard, non-standard. Like right here, you can see it's 640 by 8032. It's not 512 by 512, so it's different resolution. And then other things is you can increase afterwards. For example, personally, I'm using Topaz to upscale my image, and it does great job. I will put a link for you below if you're interested in this. So right here, it's nice because we can go ahead and says, hey, I want 640 by 800. So we're right here. We can go to select 640, 32. There you go. We have a perfect set. This is very nice information, but you also can just click and change anything. You can change your aspect ratio directly, so you don't need to go by pixels. You can just select and it will adjust whatever you need it here. Now let me go back to this 640. We also have it below guidance scale if you're familiar with this. And it's again based on a model. Look what's happening. When I start go over, it says, hey, this model, it's recommend keep it in this range, which is again a big plus because I notice sometimes when you don't know, you go way out and it's make a mess. So okay, we have a nice warning, nice step count. They don't going up to 150 with a stable diffusion support, but it is probably how much GPU time they want loaded. And by the way, I'll mention later again, currently is free. So that is even better. You don't need to pay money to use this service right now. I have a strong feeling maybe in a couple weeks they come up with some tokens, because it's a overflow right now with the users. They're still in beta version. But it is, I probably have a strong feeling it will be very competitive to the other services as well in this case. And of course, you have an option to have a tiling if you do some texturing or other elements. Notice we have it image to image. Image prompt currently is not yet there, but we can upload it image, and as well just work with some additional like seed and other ones. So this is our left side, what we can do. And on the middle, of course, we have it our standard, we have it our prompt, we have it our negative prompt that you can enable, disable if you don't want it. So you know what, let me go put it something in negative prompt, something new. There you go. We have it also other options that just make a little bit different Leonardo from other models. For example, notice right here we have it different models. We can use different pre-trained models, and this is actually what also step above the MidJourney. MidJourney is an excellent tool and I'm using all the time. However, problem right here, MidJourney realized that one model cannot cover everything, and they have it actually interesting systems. They're according to some other information I was reading, it's supposed to be selecting different type of the models inside based on the subject. So AI should recognize what you try to do, and based on this, it's using different models. However, it's still very complex and very bulky, so you need kind of rework on this. The reason why they even introduced this Niji, the anime based, because it's different stylizations and narrow focus. So to create those models, it's what help you to have it achieve better result. And Leonardo, they have plenty of the models, nice models. So right here we can click down and going set custom model. You notice we have it already predefined. We have it Leonardo, one we're using right now, Leonardo Creative Selective Signature, which is kind of great. I like one other ones. I'll show you Leonardo Diffusion. We have it Stable Diffusion, of course, 1, 2 standard models. And let's go click on select custom models. This is where a lot of power come. First, you can create your own model. Upload it and create your own model, which is kind of nice. If you have your face and you want or something created specifically, you can use it here. Favorite, if you select any favorite. And let's go look on a platform. Platform, it's a standard. It's what kind of would come with platform. You can create it. Leonardo Diffusion, this is great model. We can test this after. RPG, this is what we're going to use currently just to preview how it's created. We have another one's retro vintage photography. And here's a nice things. They have it even battle axe, armor potion. Seems like somebody like to play D&D or some other elements. We have all of these elements. The pixel art, magic item, cute animals. This is models of the Leonardo, and by the way, this is Leonardo Diffusion ones in the standard of these very, very nice models. And next we can go to community, and the community is where people submit, and I found here so many different models that you can use it. And of course you can sort them by popularity, by new and old, and select and try all of these different models. Some of them very narrow to specific subject, bright and other things, and I found that actually most of the models work very interesting and very nicely to experiment with them and play with these models as well. Okay, so for example, we select our RPG. The next, you'll notice we have a different style, so you can apply stylizations based what you want. Leonardo style, it's actually very nicely, a bit more realistically, but we can play a little bit later. Now, right now, I enable my negative prompt, and they also have a new what they call magic prompt. And in many cases, I found this actually do very good optimizations on a prompt you want to submit. I don't know all engine behind it is, let's say, programming magic going on, but it does actually provide nice result on your prompt. And you notice right here, I have a 250 tokens available for me. This will use the 2 tokens because I have 2 images. Probably best option I find if I select 4 images, I used only 3 or 4 tokens, depend on what resolution we're using currently. And right now you can see it's using 4 tokens for 4 images, which just makes sense. And let's go ahead and click generate. And look what we have on the result. It's stunning result actually creating. Look at this. The dwarf, it's what we wanted precisely. And of course we can, till we're playing with this, let's go adjust change. So I'm going to select platform. Let's go with Leonardo diffusion. Notice I select right here, it's showing me what is image was created with this using. So kind of nice, showing me training resolution, string medium, and we'll go click and select this model. As we select it, it's applied here as well. Let me show you what also do. If you have a different sizes, and we can select, it's actually will optimize and set size to whatever prefer. So it's actually very nice options. You don't need to worry if the model change all this resolution optimization, it will reset. Of course, you can modify this if you need it. So let's go ahead and generate one more time. And here we have the result. I kind of like legs on this guy. It's look funny. Okay, one thing if we're going over, you'll notice you have all these options, because nice things about this, we can apply additional options that's not available in MidJourney, and it's great on this. So we can also remove background. Let's go ahead and preview this one done. We can go ahead and increase upscale. The interesting things when you utilize those options like remove background and upscale, it is using different type of a credit, because if you go over, you'll notice it says using 1 token out of 25 available. So technically you can upscale only about 25 images or remove background from 25 elements. And let's see right here, it seems like done. We can click and notice it is removed. So this is separation for our portraits if we need it, or we can click on upscale. And notice, you remember those teeny tiny lines kind of was, now it's much cleaner and better. So it does work very well upscaling. We can also use the alternative upscales, and we'll look in a second what we can do with the canvas as well. So this is what we create with Leonardo diffusion, and we can of course going to have it our standard stable diffusion if you need it. And in custom, we can go the vintage portrait. Let's go right here, and notice it's a change for us. I do like this. Let's go also enable magic prompt, Leonardo style, and generate. And of course on this model is rendered different. It's add almost like book illustration. So I probably need to go inside and modify a little bit on my text to remove this, but it is showing you how the different model work a little bit different on this. Overall, let me show you one thing. So if we go to my personal feed, you can actually see there's some experiments I done with the styles. For example, right here, we can preview what model it was using, RPG 4.0, to create this very nice kind of realistic look. Again, if we switch to different model, storybook illustrations, you can see it's a little bit more storybook adjusting the look, very nice. And of course, if we're going to all these different types, this is the vintage style photography on the landscape. And look on this, how much is a change. And this is what interesting about these different models. So I say power of the change and select the models is very important, because the same prompt as before, you saw all of this technique. But look what has come up with if you're using Leonardo diffusion. Well, definitely somebody have a darker side there probably, but it is look totally different and stunning. So the stylization and how you train model, it's heavily influence what you have it in the end. Okay, so right there, and let's look on this one. This is done with a Leonardo select, so you know this is a little bit different effect. And again, I do like when you look down and it's showing you how the image will look. And this one, Leonardo creative. And if we look on this ones, it's again Leonardo creative. I think I have some more ones. Oh yeah, this one Leonardo creative, but I was trying to play with different type of the magic prompt, not magic prompt, because they do effect as well. So the probably best way for you just play by yourself, adjust and see how they work overall. Okay, so this is look excellent. You know, it's a nice images, they're all cool. But let's do one other things. So right here I have it my image. And notice what I can do. I can actually scale all this stuff, upscale, but I can transfer this inside the canvas. So Leonardo AI offering all these models that Some of them by the quality very close to the MidJourney, but variety of the models and stylization definitely provide a better solution for you as a creative. But next feature is actually what I want to move over, and this is AI Canvas. So if you work before with the Dall-e, you probably get familiar with this interface. Where on the left side, we have our move around, pan, masking, eraser, upload image download tools, do redo, and also snap to the grid. On our right side, we have what model we want to use it. We have a different type of images, resolution that we want to use it, guidance, step, tiling. So this is very kind of simple, but it actually works very well. So let's go ahead and try to create, and we'll see how the out painting and in painting work, or the canvas extension. So right here we have a retro cyberpunk. We can don't have any negative prompts in this, and we'll just go ahead and click generate. Notice as it's generating 2 images currently, and it's utilizing same credits that you assigned. By the way, daily for me, I have 250 credits assigned for me daily, and it's reset every day to another one. So you have a kind of limit right now how you can use it, but again, that is a free. And you can use that to create some kind of collage for me, because I need probably specify more. So let's go ahead and say cyberpunk city, night, rain, neon lighting. That should work very well. We can also, if we need it, let's go put this in a bracket. That is, will give it a little bit higher weight on this. And here we have our city. So of course we can preview. It says, actually I like this one better than the other ones. I can select, and same like in this, you can notice we can move and extend our canvas. So also I enable my snapping, so it can snap to the pixels. If you prefer just adjust by pixel, you can undo this, uncheck, and it will be. So we can extend again. Let's click generate. And usually when I do, I overlap a little bit, so the image will read a little bit of the image before to establish a little bit consistency with how it's flow. And here we have our result. That's kind of, I think this one a little bit better. So when we're done, we'll click accept, and we can increase different size. Notice also we can increase actually resolution of what we're rendering. So we can take this and actually extend quite a bit. Like for example, if I want to create a little bit bigger, we can go right there. Let's reduce our width. Right there. I think that will work a little bit better. We can go just all the way up. Notice it will also says it's take 3 tokens for us to do. And the majority it's because we have it regenerate quite a bit large size here. Our guidance 6 and steps 40. It should be work just fine. Let's go ahead and click. And here we have our 2 images. I think I like this one kind of on the top, so I'll go ahead, click accept. This is a great things to create like backdrops to extend it. But beside the generating, we also can modify. And this is, as a photographer, and I work a lot with compositing, this is actually a big attraction to me what they're doing. So let's go ahead and just select a couple things. We'll move this away, delete the elements we created. So for example, as a concept artist, sometimes you may have it the image you want to work with. So we can go and select this area. Let's reposition on middle. And for example, I want to build a retro rocket. As the environmental concept artist, this is a great tool because you don't need to go around and try to find something. So all what we need to do, we'll just says, okay, right here, I want to place it. And what we're going to do, retro sci-fi metal rocket. Okay, 1950s style. Let's go ahead, try render, and you know what, 3, I think that will work just fine. And here we have our launching rocket created. Of course, we probably want to create maybe even more space. For example, maybe, just add smoke, like right here, if we want to create it like haze, smoke, and add retro Okay, let's do this way. We'll add metal rocket. Ground, smoke, and steam. Okay, ready. Launch. No, I don't need it. Actually, fire. Let's remove it. Just leave it like this. Okay, generate. I just want to make a little bit bigger rocket. And here we have it, our rocket. Also notice I do create like all over the place. We don't need for this. So you almost need, you can go ahead and actually take, well, let's click accept on this one, and we can actually scale down because this is where we utilize. So wherever you render, you want probably just constrain it just to that place where it's put it. And you can see how powerful it is too. You can out painting, you can in painting, you can take, if you need it, extend your canvas like alien planet right here. For example, this is all was creating with in 3D. I was creating in Terragen and 3D. And for example, well, I have the project file, but if you don't have a project file, you can go back and actually type alien planet and extend, and it will pre-create for you. So it's kind of great tool. If you did photography and you miss some elements, you cannot go back, so you can extend. I think this is overall one of the very, very nicely done, and best of us, of course, is using stable diffusion 2.1 or 1.5 for this. And of course, you have the ability here to generate images as well. So if, for example, you have an image available, you can just drag and drag whatever image you want to do. Initial strings, how much we want from the image. Just set, you know what, maybe that is interesting. Let's go try to create a bearded with RPG style. We're going to create, there you go. Just adjust this way. And we'll go create a dwarf out of this. Let's see if a dwarf come up, but I bet probably not. So we'll have it this, and we'll get negative prompt as well. Okay, and we'll just leave it no style, negative prompt magic. Nope. Let's go just create this and click generate. And here we have it, actually our pose. It's what we're doing, pose to image. You can see how it's adjust positioning of the head. So it's actually work very well with this case. And we also can just create without pause till it's doing. Let's go look again. So these apply our prompt bearded, and it just take position on the head. I do like how it's work this way. And here's our funny look. Actually, I do like it kind of nicely. Let's take portraits and create even add beard, but I don't think it's like this one. So let's go ahead and take down to 640. Be sure, because it's a square, we want to be sure it's matching our aspect ratio. And here's much better because we don't have this stretchy stuff. But again, it's unbelievable. Look at this image, and it's creating with same color, pose. I like hair. Kind of quite a bit fun. I do think it's a great tool. Overall, here's what I want to present to you, the Leonardo AI. I think this is a great tool to use it. It's definitely on the quality of the MidJourney, and plus you have all these additional tools that you can use it in your creating artwork. Thank you for watching. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, leave it a message, let me know what you think, and have a great time creating.